What's up guys, and welcome to my full review of the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. Today is 6th March, which is the official launch date of the phone, and I think it's the perfect time to review the beast and let you guys know my full experience. Beyond the hype, beyond everything, what is the experience of the S20 Ultra, and is it even worth upgrading if you have the S10 Plus or Note 10 Plus? I'm gonna be answering everything in this video. Now before we begin, a huge shout out to iBlason for sponsoring today's video. They just launched the brand new Aries case for Galaxy S20 family. I mean, this case does absolute justice to the name. I'm rocking this on my S20 Ultra. It's dropped as certified at 20 feet. It's iBlason's best-selling full-body case with deeply raised bezels around the screen and lenses. It's got proper cutouts for microphones, keys, as well as the ports. It keeps out the dust, dirt, and moisture. It is also water resistant and fully compatible with wireless charging. This makes this one of the thinnest and most drop-proof cases on the market to have this feature. So do check out the Aries case by iBlason. The link will be down below in the description. Now they're also giving away a Galaxy S20 Ultra, so double surprise for you guys. The link for iBlason Galaxy S20 Ultra giveaway is also in the description, so check out all of that. Okay, so this is not a negative review by any means. I'm gonna start off by saying this is the most powerful, or I would say the most overpowered Samsung smartphone in history. Perhaps the most overpowered on the market. Just look at that display. It's absolutely amazing. Especially now with 120Hz refresh rate, this thing is absolutely smooth. If you're coming from the Galaxy S10 Plus, the biggest change you're going to notice is the 120Hz display. It really does make a difference. After using the S20 Ultra, when I go back to the Galaxy S10 Plus, I can just feel the 60Hz is just really not as smooth. I mean, it's not laggy, but there's just something about 120Hz that just really makes everything super smooth. Switching between applications, just scrolling around, the 120Hz refresh rate is legit one of the best thing about the Galaxy S20 family. And this is the main thing you're going to notice if you're coming from the older model. Of course, with that, Samsung has improved the design as well. The punch hole towards the middle is my favorite implementation. It looks much cleaner. And I think this is universally known now that this is the best smartphone display, period. Like, it is absolutely amazing, great colors. Despite having the 120Hz display, I was still able to get a good battery life. It was able to get me through the day without any issue. Again, it was on my usage. Some people got slightly different results, but like I said, I have no complaints with the battery life. Samsung has made a huge change to the back design of the phone. Obviously, in renders, it looked really bad, but in reality, it is much better. I will say that it is not as good as the design of the Galaxy S10 or the Note 10. But when you judge this phone overall, when you look at the full display, at what it offers on the front, the back doesn't look that bad. So this phone's still gonna feel a lot premium and futuristic compared to, let's say, an iPhone, which may have better materials or look from the back. I mean, it's completely personal opinion, but I really like the stainless steel on the side. But when it comes to the full judgment, when you look at the display, when you hand someone a phone, they always look at the display, and this just really gives Samsung an edge over Apple. As always, Samsung doesn't disappoint when it comes to the performance. It looks really good. And because of the 120Hz refresh rate, I'm actually using the gestures full time. Like, I'm not switching to the keys. I wasn't completely satisfied with the gesture performance on the S10 Plus because, again, it is 60Hz. But with 120Hz, you get almost as smooth performance, or I would say even better than the iPhone 11 Pro Max gesture. Samsung really has nailed it. The only thing that I don't like about the phone, considering how much I paid for it, is the fingerprint scanner. I mean, it is like fast, as you can see, it works, but at times it just doesn't register the finger. So I would say with the software update, Samsung can definitely improve its performance. Also, Samsung removed the Instagram mode. Instead, now you can just hold onto the shutter button and just record the video. Now when you do that, you cannot zoom in or go into ultra wide angle mode. It completely doesn't do anything, and you can't even lock it. You have to place your thumb all the time, and it also stops the background music, which is kind of annoying. Samsung should learn something from Apple. I mean, they have done the best implementation. You can just quickly lock it. You got all the modes to switch from while shooting the video, and at the same time, this doesn't pause the music in the background. I mean, Samsung, if you're watching this, please give this update as soon as possible. So overall, this is a beast of a smartphone, but at the same time, it's not the phone that I can recommend to most people. Here's why. As someone who has used the Galaxy S20 Plus and played around with its camera especially, I can safely say that the S20 Ultra is not for everyone. I tell you exactly what this Ultra model is. If you guys remember last year, Samsung launched the Galaxy S10 Plus 5G model. That model had time-of-flight sensor on the back, bigger battery, and of course 5G. That model in a way is like the Ultra model of last year. So this time around, Samsung is doing better marketing, and I know it does have some extra features compared to what the S10 5G offered, but the concept is the same. The Galaxy S20 Ultra cost $1,400, which is absolutely insane price. Consider this phone like this. If you're buying a laptop, you have the option to add more RAM or storage, or in this case, it's megapixels and more zoom. Now, do they make the difference? Yes, they do. But do they make a lot of difference? Absolutely not. The main feature that really makes the Galaxy S20 family special compared to the previous generation is the 120Hz display and that awesome all-around camera that can shoot 8K video. This is something you get on all the models. The 108 megapixel sensor on the Galaxy S20 Ultra is pretty good. It produces some really good bokeh in the background because it's such a big sensor. But the difference of sharpness it produces over the 64 megapixel sensor you get with the S20 or S20 Plus is not that much. I mean, they are almost the same. The 64 megapixel sensor is perfectly capable of recording 8K video just like the S20 Ultra at 24 frames per second. I mean, if 8K video was exclusive to the Ultra model, then I would say that like most people would consider that, but that is something you get on all the S20 models. The front camera on the Galaxy S20 Ultra is 40 megapixel, and yes, it does produce sharp pictures compared to the 10 megapixel sensor when you use the 40MP mode in good lighting conditions. But for the most part, in the auto mode where you're gonna take most of the selfies, is producing the same kind of 10 megapixel photos. So the selfie performance for the most part will be similar to the Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus unless you use the 40MP mode in really good lighting conditions, or else you're not gonna notice that detail. So the bottom line is that the only real ultra gains you get when it comes to camera on the S20 Ultra is its 100x zoom. Now on the 100x level, it is mostly not usable. You can show it off to your friends, but that's about it. The real scoop is at a 10x level. This is where it really produced some good photos, and I really like this kind of zoom level. Even 30x is not that bad, but 100x is something that you should not be focused on too much. Compared to the 10x zoom over here, we have up to 6x hybrid zoom on the S20 and S20 Plus, which actually looks really good, as I've done the comparison already with the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Plus, you can do 30x zoom on the S20 and S20 Plus, so you really have to ask yourself, do you want the extra 10x hybrid zoom over the 6x to go with the Ultra model? If you pick the Galaxy S20, you can save like $400, and of course you can save money by going to the S20 Plus as well. In my opinion, the Galaxy S20 is the most sweetest of them all. You can go with the S20 Plus if you want a TOF sensor, but I have seen in the past that even without the time of flight sensor, Samsung phones have done a fine job at portrait images. So you really can save a lot of money if you go for the S20 or S20 Plus over the Ultra model. Now, the thing about all the Galaxy S20 family cameras is that they don't have any astrophotography mode, a mode that can rival the Google Pixel 4, which still remains the king of astrophotography. The camera has overall improved a lot compared to S10 Plus. I mean, it really does show up in the details when you're taking photos in low light situations, especially the night mode. Because the sensor size is bigger now on all the S20 models, you really see those differences and detail in the low light situation. The iPhone can record 60 FPS video, 1080p and 4K with the ultra wide angle lens, whereas Samsung can only do 30 frames per second. So if you switch to 1080p 60 or 4K 60, the ultra wide angle option just vanishes. And I don't know what's the reason behind that. I mean, the hardware clearly does look like it's capable of doing that, but it's just not happening on the S20 or S20 Plus or S20 Ultra, and same goes with the Note and the Galaxy S10 Plus. But I will say this, that the 8K video is a real weapon. I mean, the detail you get, you can definitely make some really good short films with the Galaxy S20 family. This is something that all the models can do. In short, whatever model you go for, you're gonna get some great camera performance. The only difference is the level of zoom and the extra crispiness you get with the front camera in like good lighting conditions if you switch to the 40 megapixel mode, but all in all, it's mostly the same. Now, does this camera absolutely kill the camera on the Pixel 4 or on the iPhone 11 Pro Max? Absolutely not. I mean, it is much improved over the S10 Plus and even the Note 10 Plus, of course. As always, it's one of the most versatile cameras out there. It's like a big playing field, and it really depends on your talent. I mean, you can produce some great videos and photos. It really gives you all the tools you need to do some great stuff. So guys, here is my final verdict. While I do recommend the Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus for most people, I will say that the S20 Ultra is not useless at all. I mean, it still is the best and the most extreme of Samsung. Like I give you the laptop example, it really is the extra features that you want to add on the already base high-level performing smartphone. It's giving you that extra ultra push in like screen size and the battery, and I mean, it's nice, but it's not something that you need. You could save a lot of money. For me personally, I love big screen phones. I can really handle them without any issue, one hand, no problem. I'm always gonna go with the biggest and the baddest from Samsung, which is the Ultra model. If you have a Galaxy S10 Plus, you can definitely upgrade to get that 120Hz smoothness and of course the new front design and improved cameras. But this is still the best overall Samsung phone when it comes to the budget. It is really cheap. You can find some great deals on this phone, and it has another year of software update pending, so really it can give you another full year of usage. You can still use this phone and like upgrade to Galaxy S21 or whatever the next flagship will be, but if you choose to upgrade, you're not gonna be disappointed. And for the Note 10 Plus users, you should absolutely wait for the Note 20 100%. Samsung will bring all the goodness of this to the Note 20 family, of course with S Pen and some more additional stuff, so definitely wait for that for the upgrade. So yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed my comprehensive Galaxy S20 Ultra review, pretty much answering most of the questions that you guys have asked me. I will be doing an updated 1 month later review as well, just to give you guys my further thoughts on the S20 Ultra. But yeah, in general, I would say make sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications on so that you won't miss the daily tech upload. As always, be sure to check out the giveaway for the Galaxy S20 family in the description, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.